you very much indeed. Hello, I'm Alexander Armstrong, and a very warm welcome to Pointless, the show where obvious answers mean nothing and obscure answers mean everything. Let's meet today's players. And couple number one.
Hi, I'm Fiona, and this is my dad, Michael, and we're from Stockport.
Couple number two.
Hi, I'm Daniela, and I'm from Barnsley, and this is my father-in-law, Chris, who's from Sheffield.
Couple number three.
Hello, Alexander and Richard. I'm Pauline from Gillingham in Kent, and this is my friend Jane from Lincoln.
And finally, couple number four.
Hi, I'm Sean. This is my girlfriend, Beth. We're from The Wirral.
And these are today's contestants. Thank you very much, all of you. A very warm welcome to Pointless. Lovely to have you with us. That just leaves one more person for me to introduce. Hoping we won't split up due to creative similarities, it's my Pointless friend, it's Richard.
Hiya. Hey, everybody. Good afternoon. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Thank you, Pauline. No one ever says hello to me at the beginning.
You're very welcome, Richard.
Sometimes they say hello to Xander, but they never say hello to me. I like it best when they say hello, Alistair.
I like that.
Which they often do.
I like that too. I should have a name badge.
Two returning pairs from last time. Jane and Pauline got all the way through to the head-to-head, so very well done. Chris and Daniela knocked out in round one. We're going to see more of Chris and Daniela this time around, surely.
I put money on it.
Sure,
Yeah.
I mean, statistically impossible to see less of you, so I'm almost certain we'll see more. Nice round one.
Is it?
Quite a tough round one, I think.
Is it?
Right, well, yeah, I don't know.
Thank you very much indeed. Now, Luke and Jack didn't win the jackpot last time, so today we're going to add another £1,000 to that. So today's jackpot starts off at £2,000. There we are. Right, if everyone's ready, let's play Pointless. Simply remember this. The pair with the highest score at the end of each round gets eliminated, so low scores, please. Best of luck to all four pairs. Our first category this afternoon is words. It's one of those rounds. Can you all decide in your pairs? Who's going to go first? Who's going to go second? And whoever's going first, please step up to the podium. OK, let's find out what the question is. Here it comes. We gave 100 people 100 seconds to name as many words ending with either LM or LP as they could. LM or LP, Richard?
You see what I mean?
I do.
It is a thinker, isn't it? Yeah, we're looking for any word which has its own entry in the World and British English section of oxforddictionaries.com, please, that ends LM or LP. No hyphens.
OK. Michael, welcome to the show. Great to have you here from Stockport. Tell us all about yourself, Michael.
I'm a finance director, originally from Belfast, moved to Stockport in sort of 20 years ago.
Do you feel that you are a Stockport person now, or are you still Belfast?
Certainly honorary Stockport.
Honorary
That's the way I'd go,
Stockport.
yeah.
Now, what are your interests, Michael?
I climb and I do jiu-jitsu, Brazilian jiu-jitsu.
Oh, wow.
At the same time?
Yeah.
With other climbers.
Wow.
My wall.
That's a sport I'd watch.
Yeah.
Climb fighting.
Climb fighting.
Yeah.
No.
Nice.
I mean, seriously, that's a good idea.
It's a good idea, isn't it? A lot of jeopardy.
Yeah, no ropes.
Hold on, I'm going to write that down.
Yeah. You could say, do you want to do it with ropes or do it without the ropes for double points?
That's really clever.
Oh. Now, Michael, any word that ends with the letters LM or the letters LP?
OK, I think I'm going to go for the biblical one. I'll go for Psalm.
Psalm, says
Yes.
Michael. OK, let's see how many of our 100 people went for Psalm. It's right. And down it goes to 18. Not bad. Not bad at all. Psalm 18.
It's a very good answer on podium one, isn't it? Song, a hymn or song, often taken from the Book of Psalms. That's why they're called Psalms. Mm-hmm. Because they're in the Book of Psalms.
Thank you, Richard. And now, Daniela, welcome back. Remind us all about yourself, Daniela.
So I'm a Latin American and ballroom dance instructor. I have a little boy and a little girl called Leo and Ava.
Hi, Leo. Hi, Ava. We didn't say hello to you last time. I'm so sorry. That was remiss.
And I met my husband, Chrissy's son, Christian, aboard the QE2. We worked on there for 5 years.
What was Christian doing?
He's a trombone player. He was in the orchestra.
Oh,
and I was
that's
a
the
dancer.
nicest thing. And did he sort of nudge you with the end of his trombone? if you cha-cha-cha'd close to the band?
Quite a few times, yes.
That's nice. Ah, that's really lovely. Do you still dance to his music? Good, good. Figuratively as well as literally.
I've taught him how to dance now. So,
That's nice. Is he good?
He's really
Can
good.
he
He can
dance
hold the beat.
and play at the same time?
Oh,
That
no,
would be a
that'd good
skill.
one to-
If he
yeah.
could, we could have him on climb fighting. OK, now, Daniela, what are you going to go for?
OK, so I think I'm going to go for qualm.
That's very good. Qualm. Qualm. 18's the only score we have. You pass it. 4. 4 for qualm. Very, very strong indeed.
Very good. It's an uneasy feeling of doubt or misgiving. Also a vegan meat substitute.
Thank you very much indeed. Pauline, welcome back.
Thank you.
Lovely to have you with us once again.
Thank you.
Remind us all about yourself, Pauline.
I'm Pauline. I come from Gillingham in Kent, and I'm currently a teaching assistant looking to retire shortly to take some time out for myself and to do the things that I want to do.
Very good. Now, what are the dreams? Retirement.
To go out to New Zealand, to my cousins, and to spend time going around the South Sea Islands.
Have you been there before?
Nope, never.
Oh.
No, no. this
Have
will be
you
the first
seen all
time.
those Lord of the Rings films and thought,
yes.
that's where I want to go?
Yeah, absolutely.
you
Not
ima-
far from where she lives.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I imagine their tourism figures went through the roof after those films came out.
I think they did. She works for the tourism board, so she was quite happy.
She's the one to ask. Pauline, what are you going to go for? Words ending with LM or LP? We haven't had an LP yet.
I'm going to go for the word whelp. W-H-E-L-P.
Yeah. It's a dog, isn't it? I think a puppy.
I believe so.
Yeah. OK, well, let's... I'm doing your job. I'm so sorry, Rich. What are you going to say? Oh, Lord. Whelp, says Pauline. Let's see how many of our 100 people said whelp. Look at that, down to 6. Very well done indeed, Pauline. 6 for whelp.
Yeah, not a puppy. It's a tiny shellfish, often eaten with cockles. No, it's a puppy.
It's a puppy.
It's a puppy.
Thank you.
If someone tries to sell you cockles and whelps, do not eat them.
Oh,
do not eat
no.
them. Especially if it's cockle spaniels.
Thank you very much indeed. Now, Sean, welcome to Pointless. Here from the Wirral.
Correct.
Tell us all about yourself, Sean.
I'm an engineer in the gas industry, designing the pipes to transport gas around the country.
You do that?
Wow, one of many. A tiny cog.
Oh, that's exciting. So, what, I mean, you're just in charge of the Wirral area, or are you in charge of the whole
East Midlands mainly, a
network?
bit of North West as well.
There'll be people sitting at home now watching this in Wolverhampton having their tea on Sean's gas.
On Sean's gas. You did that, Sean.
Good work.
You
I
did
feel the
that.
pressure now, Richard.
I mean, I wouldn't have called the company Sean's Gas myself, but if it's...
Now, Sean,
Right.
what are you going to go for?
I'm going to go for overwhelm.
Overwhelm. Overwhelm, says Sean. OK, let's see how many of our 100 people said overwhelm. Six is our middle number, 4 is our low, 18 our high. You end up on 7.
to inundate, to overwhelm.
That's it.
There we go.
That is it.
All you need to know.
Brilliant. We are halfway through the round. Let's just have a look at those scores. 4, the best score of the past. Daniela, very well done indeed. 6 is where we find Jane and Pauline. 7 is where we find Sean and Beth. And then up to 18, I'm afraid, Michael and Fiona. So Fiona, something like a pointless answer in the next pass would be ace. Good luck with that. We're going to come back down the line now. Will the second players please step up to the podium? Beth.
Hello.
Beth.
Hi.
Welcome. Welcome to Pointless. Tell us all about yourself.
I'm Beth. I live with Sean on the Wirral. We have a little girl called Ellie and
Lovely.
a dog called Lucy.
A girl called Ellie and a dog called Lucy. What else can you tell us, Beth? Something else, surely.
I work as a doctor at the moment on the Wirral.
On the Wirral. What is this Wirral? I mean, I know the Wirral. I've heard of the Wirral. I've never been to the Wirral.
You should go.
Describe it to me.
It's a magical place.
So it sounds.
It's a peninsula.
Is it really?
Yes.
I love
nearly
how
that.
excited you are about that information.
I didn't know that. The Wirral's a peninsula.
It is. It is.
Wow.
It's a great place to live.
Oh, That I'm getting.
The pavements have got glitter.
Gold, gold.
glitter. Oh, I was going to say glitter, but gold
Okay,
also.
okay, fair. Wow. Wow. Beth, I'm not sure I believe you anymore, but that's okay. You're on 7. Ideally, you'd be scoring 10 or less with this, and that'll get you straight through to the next round. So it's words ending with LM or LP. What are you going to go for?
I'm going to go for balm, as in lip balm.
Balm, as in lip balm. Okay, but balm is the one you're going to go for. Okay, here's your red line. Can you get below that with balm? Let's find out. 36 for balm. Takes your total up to 43.
A soothing liquid or cream balm.
Thank you very much, Richard. Jane, welcome back.
Thank you,
Remind
Zara.
us all about yourself, Jane.
So I'm originally from Kent, but I now live just outside the city of Lincoln. I live with my husband and my 2 teenage daughters, and a guinea pig.
And a guinea pig.
And a hamster.
And whose is the guinea pig, whose is the hamster?
The guinea pig is mine, and the hamster belongs to my youngest daughter called Abby.
Do they get on?
They don't really associate, to be honest.
They're different things.
Yeah.
What would happen if they were in the same...
I don't. I'm going to try.
Well, no, maybe don't. Maybe don't. But maybe they would. Maybe the guinea pig... I mean, the big guinea is a bit bigger than a hamster, but
Yeah,
the guinea pig might...
pig's probably about that big.
Ah, which is the messier?
The guinea pig.
Yeah, that fits. Now, Jane, you're on 6. Can you score 36 or less with this answer, I wonder?
2 of my answers have been taken.
There are plenty more.
But I'm going to kind of go along the lines of the overwhelm, and I'm going to go for underwhelm.
There we are. That's very much the sister answer to overwhelm, I would say. There is your red line. Can you get under that with underwhelm? Let's find out. It's all looking good so far. Oh, and you've done it. And down to 2. Lowest score of the round so far. Very well done indeed. Jane takes your total up to 8.
Very fitting as well that it scored fewer points than overwhelm. Something would have been wrong with the universe if it hadn't.
There we are. Thank you. Now then, Chris, welcome back. Remind us all about yourself, Chris.
I'm Chris from Sheffield. I'm a retired sales manager. I've spent 42 years in sales, selling liquefied petroleum gas, butane and propane.
There. So when you sell it, obviously you don't drive it around. It's not like you're turning up the door saying you've fancy some liquid.
No.
It's quite a bulky thing, liquid petroleum gas, really.
The best thing that we did as a company was we supplied the gas for the Olympic torch.
What an honour.
Which was rather frightening in that when David Beckham got off the plane and went to light the torch, I was sat there in front of the telly hoping that it was going to work.
Oh, imagine if it hadn't. Who supplied the gas for this? Oh.
We got gas wars on this show.
We have.
I mean, not for the first time, but...
Now, Chris, brilliant score from Daniela in the first pass. There you are on 4. If you can score 38 or less, round 2 is yours.
There's a serious one and a not-so-serious one, so I'm going to go for the not-so-serious one, and that is embalm.
Embalm, says Chris. Here is your red line. Can you get below this? Let's find out. Embalm. It is right. You're through. And it scores 6. Very well done indeed. Takes your total up to 10.
Excellent.
Chris, did you say that was your less serious one? I'm not going to ask what the serious one was. If that's the kind of lightest thing you can come up with is embalm.
Thank you very much indeed. Richard, Fiona, welcome.
Hello.
Great to have you here. Tell us all about yourself, Fiona.
So, obviously, I'm originally from Stockport with my dad, but at the moment I'm a psychology student at the University of York.
And how is that going?
It's going all right. I've just finished my last exam, so...
That's it?
Sort of got
Pretty
that
much.
weird in-between exams and graduation freedom.
Yeah. What are you going to go on and do? Have you worked out yet?
I'm going to take a year out, but hopefully in the long run I'll end up doing forensic psychology.
I mean, that's the plum job, isn't it, for a psychology graduate? Now, Fiona, you find yourself on 18, 24 or less gets you into the next round.
Okay. Well,
What have you
was
got?
the first thing that came to my mind, so I'm a bit annoyed. I don't know if it's going to be low enough, but we'll go for it. I'm going to try realm.
Realm. Oh, for a moment there, I thought you were going for whelm. We had underwhelm, we had overwhelm. Let's just go
Whelm.
down the middle. I'm just going to go for whelm. But realm.
Realm.
OK, realm. Let's see how many of our 100 people said realm. There's your red line. You've done it. Very well done indeed. 16. Taking your total up to 34.
Yeah, very well played. That's interesting, that thing we did have, overwhelm and underwhelm. I mean, you have to assume that you can whelm, and you can. It would have been a pointless answer as well if you said Stands to reason, right?
It does. It does.
What would you have gone for?
Oh, I've got two.
Not really.
One's nice, one's not nice.
Uh-oh.
I've got Becalm, that's the nice one,
Yeah.
and Napalm.
Napalm would have scored you 3, and Becalm would have scored you 1. It's very good. I thought I changed my answer halfway through. Firstly, I thought you were going to be bright and say whelm. But then when someone said balm, I thought, I bet you're going to be a smart ass and say lip balm.
I thought Beth should have gone for lip balm.
Yeah. It would have scored you 100 points.
Oh,
There's
right.
two
Oh, there
words.
we are. There we are. OK, good.
Once again, I underestimate you. Now, before we go through pointless answer, I'll tell you one good pointless answer. Face palm. That's a good one, isn't it? Should we take a look at the pointless answers? Here they are. They're pretty obscure, these ones, apart from face palm. Auto helm. Biofilm is a pointless answer. Disculp.
Prove someone innocent, maybe, to disculp.
Yes, to absolve from blame.
There you are.
To absolve from blame. There's face palm. Ulm would have been a pointless answer. That's, of course, a salamander. Pliofilm. It's a flexible sheet used for waterproofing and packaging and things like that. Repulp. That's essentially Pulp's greatest hits. Telefilm, and there's whelm. It's a lovely answer, one, but I bet lots of people at home risked whelm. They said, well, it must be, surely. Very well done if you did that.
Thank you very much indeed. We are at the end of our first round, which means we have to say goodbye to one of our pairs. Beth and Sean, I'm so sorry, 43. That's the highest score, which means back to the Wirral with you. But it's been lovely having you here. We'll see you next time. I'm sure we'll go much further then. But meantime, thank you so much. Beth and Sean. But for the remaining 3 pairs, it's now time for round 2. And there we are, down to 3 pairs, which can only mean it is now time for the second round. Very well done, all of you. Some great low scores there. Jane and Pauline, you were our lowest combined scorers. Jane, you were our lowest individual scorers. So very, very well done to you. Best of luck to all 3 pairs. Our category for round 2 this afternoon is modern history. Can you all decide in your pairs who's going to go first, who's going to go second? And whoever's going first, please step up to the podium. OK, and the question concerns events of the 2000s. Richard.
Yeah, I want to say that's very modern history, but, you know, I guess it's not. It's a while ago, isn't it? On each board, we're going to show you 6 clues to events that happened in that decade. Just have to give us the most obscure answer, please. It's going to be 12 in all to have a go at home.
Thank you very much indeed. So we're looking for the answers to these clues. And here is our first board of 6. F1 driver who won his first World Championship in 2008, aged 23. The last book in the series, Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows, was published in this year. US city that hosted the 2002 Winter Olympics. Member of the royal family who celebrated their 100th birthday on the 4th of August 2000. British rock band that performed Wish You Were Here at Live 8 in 2005. And former Strictly Come Dancing judge who retired as a ballet dancer in 2007. I'll read those all again. Formula 1 driver who won his first World Championship in 2008, aged 23. The last book in the series, Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows, was first published in this year. US city that hosted the 2002 Winter Olympics. Member of the royal family who celebrated their 100th birthday on the 4th of August 2000. British rock band that performed Wish You Were Here at Live 8 in 2005. And former Strictly Come Dancing judge who retired as a ballet dancer in 2007. Michael.
Yes.
You'd think this would all be easy, because it happened just then.
I know, and it doesn't seem that easy when you stood here. I think, I'm not sure whether they actually turned up, but I think they were at Live 8, and I think it was Pink Floyd, maybe, that did Wish You Were Here.
OK, you're going to go for Pink Floyd. Surely Pink Floyd, surely. Yes. Let's see how many of our 100 people said Pink Floyd. Well, it is right. And it's still going down. Look at that. Down it goes to 16. Not bad at all, Michael. 16 for Pink Floyd.
Well played, Michael. The first time that lineup of Pink Floyd had played together for nearly 25 years, since 1981.
I'm sure they still argued a bit.
I'd imagine so.
I think a bit of a sort of pushing backstage.
Oh, like me and you.
Yeah, oh, yeah.
I wonder if we'll ever not perform together for 25 years. I would love that.
There we are. Now, Chris, what are you going to go for?
Oh, dear. Right. Well, I think I'll have to keep it in the family and go for Darcy Bustle as the Strictly Come Dancing judge who retired as a ballet dancer in
OK,
2007.
Darcy Bustle, says Chris. Let's see how many of our 100 people said Darcy Bustle. $16 is the only score we have so far. At 22 is where you end up with Darcy Bustle.
Dame Darcy Bustle now, of
Sorry.
course. No, goodness me, it's absolutely fine. One person of 100 said Bruce Forsyth.
Thank you very much indeed. Richard, OK, now Jane. This board is all yours. How much of that do you feel like filling in for us?
Literally none of it. I'm just going to have to guess at the top one for the Formula One driver. I'm just going to have to guess Lewis Hamilton.
Lewis Hamilton, surely, says Jane. Let's see how many of our 100 people said Lewis Hamilton. Well, there we are, finished on 38. Not a bad answer.
Yeah, let's fill in the rest of these, shall we? Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows was published 2007 was the answer there. Well done if you said that. Sold 2.5 million copies on the first day of release. The US city that hosted the 2002 Winter Olympics was Salt Lake City. It's a very good score. Would have scored you 2 points. And everyone avoided this one.
Really?
Yeah.
Queen Mum?
Queen Mum. Would have scored you 52.
Thank you very much indeed, Richard. We are at the halfway mark of our second round, so let's have a quick look at those scores. 16, the best score of the past, Michael. Very well done indeed. Then up to 22, Chris and Daniela. 38 for Jane and Pauline. So, Pauline, let's have a nice low score from you on the next pass. Let's hope that'll see you into the head-to-head for a second time. We're going to come back down the line now. Will the second players please step up to the podium? OK, let's put 6 more clues to events of the 2000s up on the board, and here they come. Play based on a book by Michael Morpurgo that premiered at the National Theatre in 2007. In 2001, Ian Duncan Smith was elected leader of this political party. University of Oxford College that began admitting male students in 2008. Former Illinois senator who was sworn in as US president in 2009. This 170-metre waterfront landmark was opened in Portsmouth in October 2005. And Girls Aloud debut single that was Christmas #1 in 2002. Let's have those again. Play based on a book by Michael Morpurgo that premiered at the National Theatre in 2007. In 2001, Ian Duncan Smith was elected leader of this political party. University of Oxford College that began admitting male students in 2008. Former Illinois senator who was sworn in as US president in 2009. This 170-metre waterfront landmark was opened in Portsmouth in October 2005. And Girls Aloud debut single that was Christmas #1 in 2002. Pauline.
There's a couple that I'm reasonably confident with. The others I've got absolutely no idea. But I'm going to go for the landmark in Portsmouth and say, is that the Spinnaker?
The Spinnaker, says Pauline. Let's see if that's right. You're the high scorer, so there's no red line for you. Let's see how many of our 100 people said the Spinnaker. It is the Spinnaker. And down it goes. That's a great answer. Down to 4. Very well done indeed. Just what you needed. Takes your total back to 42. Very much back in the running.
Nicely played. Yeah, they say from the viewing platform on the Spinnaker Tower, you can see for 23 miles, which annoys the people of Portsmouth because Southampton is only 19 miles away. They get a clear view of it.
Thank you very much indeed, Richard. Now, Daniela. Daniela, on 22. 19 or less keeps you in the game.
Right, there's only 2 that I know, so I'm just thinking what one will be lowest. I'll go for the Girls Aloud debut single, which was the Sound of the Underground.
Sound of the Underground, says Daniela. Here is your red line. Can you get beneath that with Sound of the Underground? Let's find out. It's right. You've done it. Absolutely. You needed 19. You've got 19. 41 is your total. Very well done.
Very nicely played, yeah, Sound of the Underground. Number 3 that week was another reality pop act, the Cheeky Girls, for number 3. What a week in the charts that was.
What a week that was. Remind me what the name of their song was.
It was called Cheeky Song, brackets, Touch My Bum.
Touch My Bum, yeah. Touch My Bum.
I think that it was.
That was the one. Thank you very much indeed. So now, yes, Fiona, moment of truth. We need a score of 25 or less from you. Do you feel like talking us through that board?
Well, I know that the Illinois senator who was sworn in as president was Barack Obama, but I think that'll be quite high, so I'm going to go for the only other one that I'm, like, pretty sure of. Is the play based on a Michael Morpurgo book that I think is Warhorse.
Warhorse, says Fiona. Here is your red line. Can you get below this red line with Warhorse? Let's find out. Well, it's right. You've done it. Down it goes to 15. Very well done indeed. 31 is your total. You are in the head-to-head.
Terrific answer, Fiona. Yeah, Warhorse. Now, the Illinois senator, you're quite right, is Barack Obama. Actually would have seen you through as well. 23 points.
Wow.
You see, former Illinois senator, suddenly people see that and think, whoa, not for me. But if it just said who was sworn in as US president in 2009, I bet that would have been a higher.
There haven't been that many presidents. Anyway, there it is, 23 points.
There you go.
Ian Duncan Smith elected
Conservatives.
That only gets 40. And this is a pointless answer, the University of Oxford College. I know you're from that neck of the woods.
I am. I was going to say Somerville College.
St Hilda's.
St Hilda's.
St Hilda's. Pointless answer. Very well done if you said that at home.
Thank you very much indeed, Richard. So we find ourselves at the end of the second round. And, oh, I can't bear it. Pauline and Jane, you're going to be heading home.
I knew loads on that other board.
Oh, I'm sorry. Sometimes it happens like that. I'm sorry. Head-to-headers and worthy head-to-headers last time. I'm sorry you didn't make it that far this time, but it's been great having you on. Thank you so much. Jane and Pauline. Right, for the remaining two pairs, it's now time for the head-to-head. Congratulations, Chris and Daniela, Michael and Fiona. You're now one step closer to the final and a chance to play for our jackpot, currently standing, let's not forget, at £2,000. There, brilliant. And now you start playing as a pair. First pair to win 2 questions will be in with a chance to win that jackpot. Wow, this is exciting.
Isn't it just?
Yeah. Father and daughter versus father and daughter-in-law.
Oh, yes. I keep forgetting this father and daughter-in-law thing, which I worry about a lot. No, because I just worry about Christmas. That's all I worry if it goes badly. If it goes well, it's lovely, very bonding experience. If it goes badly, it's the sort of thing that can absolutely just can reverberate down through the generations of a family. The great schism, they call it. Still, I'm sure it'll be fine.
For this round, let's play the head-to-head. Here is your first question, and it concerns people who have served in the armed forces. Richard.
I'm going to show you 5 pictures now of people who have served in the armed forces. Can you give us the most obscure answer from this lot, please?
OK, let's reveal our 5 people who've served in the armed forces, and here they are. A. B. C. D. And E. There we are. People who have served in the armed forces. Chris and Daniela, you're our low scorers. You get to go first.
Right then.
OK. What are you going to go for?
We're going to go for B and say Sean Connery.
Sean Connery. B, Sean Connery. OK, now, Michael and Fiona, over to you. Do you fancy talking us through that board?
OK, so first one's obviously Prince Harry. C is Elvis Presley.
Not sure.
D, we're not sure about D, but the one we're going to go for is E, and I think that's Chris Akabusi.
E, Chris Akabusi. So we have Sean Connery and we have Chris Akabusi. Now then, Chris and Daniela said Sean Connery for B. Let's find out if that is Sean Connery, and if it is, let's see how many people said it. It is Sean Connery. And I don't think many people recognise that, because down it goes to 4. Very well done indeed. That's a great answer. 4 for Sean Connery. Now, Michael and Fiona, meanwhile, have gone for Chris Akabusi for E. Let's see how many of our 100 people said Chris Akabusi. It is Chris Akabusi. And there we are, 23 Chris Akabusi. Still a good answer. But Chris and Daniela, very well done. After one question, you're up 1-0.
That was very well spotted, Sean Connery. Now, A and C. Who do you think scored more? You got the Prince versus the King there.
Oh, nice.
Prince Harry and
I think
Elvis.
Probably the Prince.
You reckon?
I reckon.
Well, I'll tell you how many Prince Harry got. Got 86. So 14 people not recognising Prince Harry there. Elvis, I'll tell you before, one person out of 100 thought that was Napoleon. I said that was
There are a lot of photographs of Napoleon about, aren't there?
Well, I mean, that's...
Yeah.
It's interesting, that, isn't it? It is not Napoleon. It is Elvis Presley. 93 points for Elvis.
Look at
the
that.
King beats the Prince. But the best answer on the board is D, and that's the gold medal winning rower,
Heather Stanning.
Heather Stanning. And she would have scored you 1 point. Very well done if you said that. There's a clue there, isn't there, with the medal.
Thank you very much indeed. OK, here comes your second question. Michael and Fiona, you have to win this one, stay in the game. A little bit of pressure there, so good luck with that. Our second question today is all about Berts and Ernies. Richard.
5 questions now about famous Berts and Ernies, or Ernies and Berts.
Thank you very much indeed. Let's reveal our 5 clues, and here they come. Actor who played Bert the chimney sweep in the 1964 film Mary Poppins. 1946 James Stewart film that features a policeman called Bert and a cab driver called Ernie. Country of birth of the Open Championship winning golfer Ernie Els. The 1984 supernatural comedy in which Ernie Hudson first played the character Winston Zeddemore. And the comedian who had a UK #1 single in 1971 with Ernie, the fastest milkman in the West. I'll read those all again. Actor who played Bert the chimney sweep in the 1964 film Mary Poppins. 1946 James Stewart film that features a policeman called Bert and a cab driver called Ernie. Country of birth of the Open Championship winning golfer Ernie Els. The 1984 supernatural comedy in which Ernie Hudson first played the character Winston Zeddemore. And the comedian who had a UK #1 single in 1971 with Ernie, the fastest milkman in the West. There we are. Now, Michael and Fiona, you will go first. See, that's a better thing to have in brackets in the name of your song, I think.
The fastest milkman in the West?
Yeah, it's not Ernie, touch my bum.
It is not.
I go for
You think so?
to the one.
Okay. Okay. We think we're going to go for...
thinks.
I think. We think that Winston Zeddemore was in Ghostbusters, but it was the second film, Ghostbusters 2.
Ghostbusters 2, say Michael and Fiona. OK, Chris and Daniela.
Well, we know the first one, Dick Van Dyke.
Dick Van Dyke, yeah.
I'm struggling on Ernie Els. It's either Zimbabwe or
I thought it was
South Africa.
African, yeah.
The only one I'm
You
really
know the
sure
James
of.
Stewart film, the 18?
Can't think of it. Both Benny Hill and Dick Van Dyke will be high, so we'll go for South Africa for Ernie Els.
For Ernie Els, South Africa. So we have Ghostbusters 2 and we have South Africa. Michael and Fiona said Ghostbusters 2 for Zeddemore, Winston Zeddemore. Let's see how many of our 100 people said Ghostbusters 2, 1984. Bad luck, an incorrect answer there, which means, Chris and Daniela, you just have to be correct with this answer to win that point and, in fact, go straight through to the final. Let's find out. You've gone for South Africa, the country of origin of Ernie Els. Let's see how many of our 100 people said South Africa. Is it right, though? It is right. Very well done. There we are, 40. But the crucial thing is, it was correct, which means, after only 2 questions, you are straight through to the final 2-0.
Yeah, nicely done. I'm afraid it was just Ghostbusters.
Yeah.
You
Overcomplicated it.
Yes, you did overcomplicate it. You outthought yourself there. It does appear in that first one, and Ghostbusters would have scored you 19 points as well.
Oh.
Now, the actor who played Bert, quite rightly, Dick Van Dyke, as he said. Big score, though. Would have scored you 74. Now, Bert and Ernie are the cop and cab driver in It's a Wonderful Life.
It's a Wonderful Life. Wow.
They say that Bert and Ernie from Sesame Street were named after them, but the Sesame Street writers and Jim Henson says it's purely a coincidence.
Oh, yeah.
Goes to show. 17 for that, and the comedian was
Benny Hill.
And that's another very big score of 69 points for that.
Thank you very much, Richard. So the pair leaving us at the end of the head-to-head round, I'm afraid, Michael and Fiona, it is you. You're going to be back, though, next time. I have every confidence. You'll be back with a vengeance. You'll be the golden couple in the next head-to-head. Of that, I am moderately certain. Anyway, we'll look forward to that very much. Meantime, thanks so much, Michael and Fiona. But for Chris and Daniela, it is now time for our pointless final. Congratulations, Chris and Daniela. You've seen off all the competition and you have won our coveted pointless trophy. You now have a chance to win our pointless jackpot. And at the end of today's show, the jackpot is standing at £2,000. Oh, that's nice. All will be serene at Christmas. Oh,
Yes,
I'm picturing that. Maybe you'll have both of the trophies on the table.
Mm-hmm.
We certainly won't have the money because that'll have gone on the kids.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Anyway, let's not put the cart before the horse.
Well, exactly.
No, because
Exactly.
this is what we are talking about. What's going to help you win? What's going to help you win that jackpot?
As a category, I'd like to see British war films from the 40s and 50s.
Which I couldn't help with at all.
OK, well, that's good. That's it. Nice to have a niche interest
or
covered.
any early 50s musicals, 40s musicals.
OK,
That sort of thing.
very good. Daniela?
Yeah, musicals, films, music, anything to do with dancing as well.
OK, well, very, very best of luck. As always, you get to choose your category from the 4 we bung up on the board. Let's see what today's 4 looks like. Beer,
That'll do.
Portuguese football, Mary Queen of Scots, classic film soundtrack albums.
I think it'd be classic.
What do you think?
I should be good on beer.
Connoisseur.
Connoisseur. Not so much on Mary Queen of Scots,
No,
apart
or
from...
Portuguese football.
She did live in Sheffield for a
I
while.
think classic film soundtrack albums. might be
Yeah,
the
let's
way
go
to
for that. Yeah,
Yeah,
classic
I think
film-
that'd be the way to go.
Classic film
Classic.
soundtrack albums.
Film soundtrack albums.
Very, very best of luck to both of you. We're looking for any song that appears on the following albums, please. Any tracks from The Sound of Music from 1965, any tracks from the 1996 soundtrack to Romeo and Juliet, or any tracks from the 2008 soundtrack to Mamma Mia, please. So any songs that appear on those original soundtracks of Sound of Music, Romeo and Juliet from 1996, and Mamma Mia from 2008. Very best of luck.
Thank you very much indeed. Now, as always, you've got up to 1 minute to come up with 3 answers. All you need to win that jackpot is for just one of your answers to be pointless. Are you ready?
Yes.
OK,
think
let's put
so.
60 seconds up on the clock. There they are. Your time starts now.
Yeah, well, Edelweiss is going to be
Yeah,
a
lonely
high
go
scorer.
to. Lonely go to.
Oh, then go ahead.
For somewhere in my youth.
Oh, this should be good, some
I
singing.
must have done.
Well, Mamma Mia, you've got... it's gone blank.
Mamma Mia.
Dancing Queen,
Yeah. You concentrate on Mamma Mia.
Fernando.
Sound of Music.
What
Lonely
else? Oh, God, your mind just goes blank, doesn't it?
Well, let's go for
Well, you've got-
Lonely Goated.
Yeah.
I must have done something good. I don't think that's the title, but we'll go for it.
Yeah.
Everything
Mamma Mia. I can only think of Fernando.
10
or
seconds left.
Dancing Queen, Dancing Queen's going to be huge.
Voulez-vous.
Voulez-vous. Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's great.
OK, sounds like you're happy with your selection, and there's the minute running out there. What are you going to go for?
For Sound of Music, we're going to go for The Lonely Goated.
Lonely Goat Herd.
And I Must Have Done Something Good.
I must have done something good.
And from Mamma Mia.
Voulez-vous.
Voulez-vous.
Voulez-vous. I just keep singing it, Chris. That's fine. No, that's fine. OK, of those 3, which is your best shot at a pointless answer?
Lonely Goat.
Oh, Lonely Goated.
Lonely Goat.
OK, Lonely Goat Herd we'll put last. Least
Right.
likely to be pointless?
I Must Have Done Something Good.
I must have done something good. And then we put Voulez-vous in the middle. OK, well, let's put those answers up on the board in that order then. And here they are. We have got Something Good, Voulez-vous, The Lonely Goat Herd. Well, very, very best of luck. 3 nice answers on the board there. One of those might turn out to be pointless. What would you like to do with that jackpot if you were to win it? Chris?
I'd like to take Sue, my partner, for a nice weekend in the Peak District in Derbyshire.
Oh, that would be nice. Very nice. Danielle, how about you?
Well, I'd love to go do something lovely like that, but my children want hoverboards.
There goes, yeah, a nice weekend in the Peaks.
Exactly.
OK, well, let's hope one of these answers will win that jackpot for you. Your first answer was something good. Let's see if that's right. In this case, we were looking for songs from the original soundtrack of The Sound of Music. If something good is right and is pointless, you will leave here with £2,000. Let's see how many of our 100 people said something good. It's right. Something good now just has to go all the way down to pointless, and you will leave here with £2,000. Down we go. Through the teens, we are into single figures, still going down with something good, still going down. You well done.
I can't believe it.
Well done, you. Fantastic. What about that? Yes, something good.
I cannot believe
was
it.
a pointless answer, which means you take home that jackpot of £2,000. Very well done indeed, Chris and Daniela.
I told you we'd see more of you today. I just knew it.
I believe it.
Very, very well done. You said I must have done something good. Those are the lyrics to the song, and it's so something good is the actual title. Very, very well done. Voulez-vous would have scored you 6 points. Lonely Goat Herd would have scored you 5 points. So something good was something good indeed. Shall we take a look at the pointless answers in the different categories? Let's start with Sound of Music. I know you don't care because you just want yourself some money. And there's some hoverboards on their way. I'm not sure that's exactly how they work, but...
No, I don't.
I Have Confidence, Morning Hymn and Alleluia, Processional and Maria, Something Good. All of those are pointless answers. Well done if you said any of those. Now, Romeo and Juliet, that soundtrack. These are pointless answers. Number 1, Crushed by Garbage, talk show host, Radiohead, You and Me song, The Wanna Dies, Young Hearts Run Free, that's a Kim Maisel cover version of that. Angel, Little Star, To You I Bestow, and Whatever I Had a Dream were also pointless answers there. And the ABBA one, only 2 pointless answers here. They were The Name of the Game and When All Is Said and Done. Very well done. If you've got any of those at home, apologies, you're not going to get £2,000, but congratulations in the studio, you are.
Thank you very much indeed, Richard. And thanks once again to our winning players, Chris and Daniela, who take away today's jackpot of £2,000. Very well done. Join us next time when we'll be putting more obscure knowledge to the test on Pointless. Meanwhile, it's goodbye from Richard.
Goodbye.
And it's goodbye from me. Goodbye.